I went out one day, we called out to a bit of suspicious, something suspicious in a house. We walked in there was a mum in a dressing gown and about 3 or 4 kids lying on the floor in the kitchen, dead. The mum had gassed the kids. And it's like, wow, can you imagine seeing that? Some pretty awesome stuff. What I saw, I lived through in the police force. It was a great experience. And it did put some hairs on your chest, so to speak, and really, was eye-opening. But I wanted to see the world, so I quit the police force. I went, hopped on a boat to Japan, 11 days. Lived in Japan with my mum, with the master of my karate club at the time. And look, this is cutting a long story short. There's so much happened. In the meantime, I got to Malaysia and trained in Malaysia. I went to Japan and trained with Masaneo Takasawa, 8th Dan, the head of the Keishin-kan organisation. I was there for a few months, got my 2nd degree black belt in Keishin-kan, got a referee's diploma under the World Union of Karate Organisations, WUKO. And remember I resigned my police job a few months earlier, somehow depleted my money. I was, and I'm not exaggerating, I was really down to like $10, $20, something like, literally really low. And I flew from Japan to America. Well, I was going to stop in Hawaii. I stopped in Hawaii. Most amazing experience. I went off the plane in the evening. I went straight to the YMCA in Honolulu. Who's been to Hawaii before? Just a hop, skip and jump from here, right? But went to Hawaii, got up the next morning. I walked from the YMCA down to the beach at Waikiki, and it was magical. And look, the rain, it was just light drizzle, just drying off and it hit your body. You didn't care about being in the rain. The temperature was amazing. It was just absolutely incredible to experience it so clearly. And went down and had a swim, and and then quickly I chased down a karate club run by Kenneth Funakoshi, a grandson, or great-grandson of Gichin Funakoshi from Shotokan. He let me sleep in the dojo, met some people there, trained with them, and they were fantastic. A great friend I met. Haven't followed up with him for years, but George Sassano was a high-grade, very charismatic Hawaiian guy. Went to a luau, they treated me like a king there, they were so nice. A week or two later, hopped on a plane to mainland America. And again, with virtually no money, all I had was a phone number, phone number and address. I'm not sure if you had a phone number. I had an address to go to in Newport Beach. And it was a friend of a student of mine back in Australia, said, his name was Ray Martin. He said, contact this guy, I've got his name, and he'll put you up when you get there. I knocked on his door, and there's nobody there. What do I do? Neighbours said, he'll be back maybe in a day, a couple of days or so. I literally slept on his doorstep. I had night, and fortunately came back within, I think, 24 hours or so, and I had a bed in the house I could sleep in, and it was a little, I suppose almost a bit depressing, like, here I am. I've got no money. What do I do from here? But look, things work out. It's amazing how things... But it was a blind faith. It was a faith that was just a feeling that things would work out. He put me in touch with a local TV network, and I ended up doing some, I think 15 minutes or half an hour, not sure, about 10 episodes of self-defense stuff on TV, and it was, and that all happened pretty quick. I got a job. One of my jobs, my early jobs, was just cleaning yards and doing odd jobs. I got into it. I had some sort of answering service, and got to put the yards and tidy up. Worked at a Union 76 service station, serving petrol at night. And I know this is just a totally out of left field story, but if you can picture a big service station, a concrete area, There's nobody around. You had a customer every half hour. And there were these rats, I mean big rats, walking across the concrete. I'd get out and I'd chase them with the nunchucks. It was part of my game. I'd keep myself awake till I was on night shift. But no, I worked there for a while. One of my students, one of my private students, was a guy called David Nueva. Now, David Nueva at the time was the world surfboard champion. And there was a world championship at Huntington Beach, and he got me on the main pier as a guest amongst people like Governor Ronald Reagan, who was there, and there was all these other dignitaries. I was walking around, so I felt pretty cool. It was a great experience to be with these guys. And David put me in touch with his dad, who was the head security officer for Disneyland hotels. So I worked for Disneyland hotels as a security officer, kicking drugs out at night. And that's where I learned the taste of cinnamon rolls. I used to go to the kitchen. There was a massive, you can imagine, massive kitchen there. And because I was on staff, I was walking there. And as long as I didn't take the fresh rolls, the ones that were considered a bit stale but still fresh, I used to have with these cinnamon rolls. And cinnamon is a very popular taste in America, you know. And so I remember I used to sort of eat these cinnamon rolls. And but no, that was a great experience working there. But amongst all of that, I started teaching karate at YMCAs, just getting paid a fee to teach there. Huntington Beach YMCA, Santa Ana YMCA, Newport Beach YMCA. And the big one was Balboa Bay Yacht Club, very elite club. That was, the president of that was John Wayne, the actor. Late John Wayne, you've heard of him, I guess. How do you call him? How does he go? Who can do a John Wayne? So, yeah, that was a great experience. In that time, I'd left my wife at home. Funny story. But before I left home, a year or so earlier, less than that, Takazaka, the head instructor from Malaysia, with Keishin Khan, I brought him to Australia, he was starting clubs, and he lived with us for about a month. And my girlfriend, now wife Donna, the day before I left, we were having a talk, and I was a bit insecure about leaving Donna behind. And he said, "Bob son," he said, "anybody touch Donna, I kill." It's good. It's good. So you'll be up for murder, not me. No. But yeah, so I left America to come home, get married. 40 years. This 18th of December this year will be 40 years. Got four kids. 30 boy girl. 30 Matthew 35 lives in Adelaide. Got two chickens of his own. Got a daughter, TV producer with Channel 7. She's 33. Lives in Sydney. Son Lee, who's really into music, trying to get his band going. And he wears a t-shirt that says, "No money, no car, but I'm in a band." But he's good. He's got a good work ethic, and he's on the track with stuff. But Lee lives in a house with us at home, single, and a daughter, Tony, who's 22, and she's just got a job in AB Bank, so there's a concierge, and she's chasing up in a corporate career. So boy, girl. About 8, 9 years apart between the two groups. But yeah, so basically, where was I before I said that? I was come back home, got married. That's right. And it was like, what do we do? I was always very motivated person. I was wanting to get something happening in America. I remember one of my students ran a computer company called Datanetics or something, and really nice guy to me. He was a rich businessman. I think he was probably successful. He took me under his wing with his family and tried to sort of teach me some business skills or help me get karate going as an enterprise. But You know, I was over there by myself. Home was really Australia, you know, nothing happened, but I had an enterprising spirit within me. Always did. Collected bottles when I was a kid, sold them, knocked on doors to just walk around and do odd jobs. I was always enterprising. And basically, so it was a matter of, what do we do? We're married now. We did we travelled, we got a van, a Hillman Comma van, like a VW Combi. And we wrote, it was very provocative, a blue van, wrote in red on each side, karate, in sort of some Japanese style look. So, like, just massive, the word karate was like very in your face. But we travelled from township to township along the coast, Nowra, Bega, Narooma, you know, any of these down like the east coast of Australia, doing karate demonstrations. We just travelled like a travelling sideshow, come in, we'd go to the local bowling club, RSL club, get enough money just to book it up a few days ahead, do a demonstration for their patrons, some customers in, make up money to put petrol in the car, buy a bit of food, and also with, hi Anne. Okay, I'll start nice and simple. I'll start again. My name's Robert Sullivan. I was born in Adelaide at a very early age.